I mean, you're a regular going into, different liquor stores and everything, I would say.
Oh,
So
whoa,
you haven't,
regular,
you haven't,
regular.
you haven't seen it.
And we're live.
And we're live.
Hey, we're live. I wonder, actually, we might need to turn this down.
Yeah, you're definitely going to turn that at least to one or off.
Ready?
No. Hold on.
A lot of this is still going to be used. I'm going to cut this shit out that we're already doing and put it in the video. See, that's the beauty of this.
I know.
We can just bullshit.
I know, but what are you going to... I like a structure.
Well,
a little bit.
We ain't structured. Welcome back to the channel, to High Octane Sippin'. I'm Michael.
I'm Drew.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about getting into bourbon, tasting it, and just basically the low proofs. So for me, I mean, it's not bourbon. It's Canadian whiskey, Caribou Crossing. It's only an 80 proof whiskey. Very easy to start off with, getting your palate acclimated to higher proofs as you go on through the night, unless you're just ballsy and going with 125 proof.
Yeah.
Woodford Masters Collection.
Yeah.
Or Stag Junior. You got them big kahunas right off the rip.
Nope.
So what are you sipping on?
Today we have a Michter's. It's about 92, 91, 91 proof. Not too much there, but a pretty decent bottle that I like. So
yeah, I'd say that's like a pretty go-to opening pour.
Yeah.
So
nothing too hot right off the rip. So
yeah, and I would say, I don't know, just getting into bourbon.
Yeah.
Go low proof.
Yeah.
There's some higher proofs, but
yeah, definitely if you don't have a palate for it, if you're trying to just slowly work your way into it, trying different bourbons or different things that are out there.
Yep.
I would recommend a lower proof bottle. I mean, if you can get your hands on it like a Weller or a Buffalo Trace, you can't go wrong there. It's a good mixed drink, so kind of takes away from the heat of the bourbon. But
yeah,
if you're also just trying to drink it neat, like you said, the Caribou Crossing,
not really a great neat pour.
People would say that's like water.
Yeah,
there's just nothing there to it. So, but if you have a little pour like that, and then you can go into your higher proof things, you get like you're saying, the Stags and the full proofs and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, even if you get hands on like an Eagle Rare, that's 90 proof.
Yeah.
Blanton's is 90 proof. Those are also really, really valuable or sought after bottles that are pretty hard to come by.
You get the double oak.
Yeah, the double oak. I mean, yeah, that's a very different taste.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not like that oakiness right up front, being a first time bourbon drinker.
Yeah, so if we can have a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Versus those.
I would say we have a buddy that what would he say?
A colleague.
What would he say when he was up in college? He drank a beer a day until
he liked it.
And it took him how long?
It was like almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't know if that's how it's going to work with bourbon for you. It's kind of like you have to get kind of used to it.
You definitely got to work your way up to it for sure. It's not something normal people, I would say, just hop right into.
No,
but
definitely not.
It has an acquired taste, just like anything else. If you like craft beers or anything like that, that's an acquired taste. So that's why I think a lot of people have that taste, is they work it up.
Yeah, and after, being into bourbon for a year, you have these other videos that are out here, and they're like, I smell the caramel, flowery, sweet, I'm
corn.
Corn. Well, yeah, some of it's made of corn.
Right.
But it's like or buttery. I can't really pick any of that stuff up. Maybe every once in a while I'll get something sweet, or you know what I mean? Just something I can tell I can just tell if it's good. Okay, if I like it, I like it.
Right.
I'm not going to be out here bullshitting and being like chocolate, oak, caramel. Like, I'm not doing that.
No, but I think you can smell some of the bourbons and stuff, and you can okay, that's a probably high alcohol. But then there's also some sleepers out there where you're smelling it, it's like, man, that smells very strong, and then you taste it, it's like, oh, it's not that bad.
Exactly.
So it's kind of weird how that works. But.
So if you're seeing these videos where people are like, I can smell this, I can taste that, and you can't, don't get discouraged. Not everyone can.
How long have you had that bottle now? A little while.
Caribou?
Yeah.
It's been a while, yeah.
That was like a once in... you're a regular going into, different liquor stores and everything, I would say. So,
oh, whoa, regular.
You haven't seen it. You haven't seen that bottle though since, have you? Maybe once, maybe twice, but it's not like it's like a green Weller, you know. It's not.
Yeah, I mean,
something.
When it came out,
I mean that bottle is just
so
immaculate.
Sick. It's the
Rock Hill
Farms bottle. Yeah. It's so sweet.
Man, that edging single barrel. It's a single barrel.
It is a single barrel.
Yeah.
Leading up to Single Barrel Sunday. Oh, Single Barrel Saturday.
Single Barrel Saturday.
We'll get to that.
Store pick
Sundays.
Yeah.
We're already throwing stuff at you guys. You ain't even ready for it.
Stay tuned.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful bottle, I would say.
That is a very, very nice bottle.
Yeah.
Just very classy.
It
looks good.
It kind of
like the presentation it brings, I love.
Yeah, it is a nice shelf bottle.
Just the cork itself that's awesome.
It's so sick.
That's awesome.
The elk.
That's
or
so cool.
caribou. Sorry, it's caribou.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. There's a bunch of bourbon out there that's like low proof.
Cooper's Craft.
It's 80 proof.
Yeah.
There's
a good
also
bourbon though.
They also have 100
proof. It's a great mixer.
It is. And that's another way to start off with drinking bourbon. If you're not able to drink it straight and neat or on the rocks, mix it with Coke or Pepsi. We prefer Pepsi.
I would suggest just trying it neat or trying it on the rocks.
For a high proof on the rocks for sure.
But try it, because you can always add Coke, you can always add the Pepsi, you can always add, ginger ale, whatever you're going to mix with. But just try it neat, and you never know, you might like it.
Yep.
You might be,
I would agree.
Into it. So, but if you're not, and you're like, oh man, I'm not really digging that. Then you just splash a little Coke in there or whatever, and you're good to go.
You could also put water in it too, help dilute it a little bit.
A big cube, like a bourbon cube. Those are really nice.
Those are sick. It's like clear. If you're able to make it clear. Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, now being in it for a year, maybe a little over a year, what's your ideal proof range? Because after you've been in it for a while and you start liking it, you start to tend to like a different proof more than others.
So, I would say more around that 100 range.
Like 100 to
like
110?
I mean, anywhere above like your 90 to 95, anywhere above that. But I am not one to just, give me the 125 proof.
Right off the rip?
Give me the 132 proofs out there, like the Stags, like you were saying.
Or the Jack Daniel's single barrel.
I'm not very, equipped to those right now. I will have it, obviously, but for me personally, I like if I'm going to, mix one, 100 proof's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's some small batches and stuff out there that are 100 proof or bottled in bonds and stuff that I also like neat or on the rocks.
I've been gravitating more like low, like 107, like antique 107, up to like the 110s, like 115, 116. That's where I'm.
It's crazy the different flavors and tastes that you can get with that.
Yeah.
Like you can really feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some where, like, for example, old Granddad 114, and then you have the 1920 Old Forester.
Yep.
The Old Forester doesn't, to me, the proof is not 115 that it is. But Old Granddad doesn't taste 114. It tastes way hotter than 114.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate.
So,
for sure. But I'm not one to just hit me with that 120 whatever proof. And, people say like it hits your lips and you feel it all the way down.
You do.
That type of stuff. I'm just not for me. But my dad will swear by it. He will swear by it.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
Every single time that man makes a steak, he's got to have a Bland's or he's got to have a higher proof.
It was a stag.
He likes stags, but he's like Bland's just goes so well with a steak. And
Bland's is only 90.
It is 90, but then I don't know how he can go from that to give me the stag, the
125.
Yeah, the 125 plus and shit like that. That's nuts.
It is a big difference.
But he's like it brings out so much more flavor with that steak. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it by any means. Don't get me wrong.
We need to try it. We need to do that.
He is very fond of that. So.
Yeah. Shit. So just start low for the proof.
For sure.
Mix it if you
want. Mix it if you need to. Try them neat or on the rocks or something at the start. Try to build up that palate and get the taste for it, and then you can always go in and add those extra flavors with the Coke or Pepsi or whatever. you want to add into it. So
I'm saying if you're drinking it neat, don't just shoot it like a shot. You have to put it in your mouth, maybe swish it around, let it coat your palate, your tongue. Try and get a taste. We forgot to mention this. That first sip, it's gonna suck.
Well, yeah, and then like they say, any bottle that you get, if it's a brand new bottle, that neck pour is something else, man.
That'll smack
that thing. God,
that's a Ray Rice right there.
It is, man. It's a right hook.
Yeah, but yeah, so like once you open up the bottle, let it breathe a little bit. It'll probably age better.
I would definitely say just don't pour, a new bottle, try it, and be like, oh man, this is terrible. Go back to it.
Yes.
Try it again.
Yes.
Like it might start picking up over time. Don't just waste, your time, your money, and effort into getting a bottle and then just be like trying it one time and I'm giving up on it.
Yep.
It's definitely a process, like we've said numerous of times. Like we weren't right off the jump like hungry for it.
Mm-hmm.
We had to work our way up. Like I tasted the shit and I was like, oh my god.
Yes.
This is terrible.
Yep.
But
I would agree.
Look at us now.
Exactly. Yeah, we're drinking Caribou and Michter's that's 80 and 91 proof.
And enjoying it pretty good.
Yes, sure.
So, yeah.
Close us out, Drew.
I don't know how to do that.
We'll catch you in the next one.
See you guys.